We are at a stage where we are moving from a lot of AI tool noise to just actually focusing on our workflow and bringing AI that is good for our current workflow, and just not bothering about what is new today, what is new tomorrow, because it just makes no sense. But keep on changing unless that AI we integrate is not good today. So then we need to keep on improving. So that's number one.
Thanks, Kuldeep, again for this wonderful chat that we had. And we talked about showing our audience a little bit more about what RISE is all about. So you managed to put some slides together to share. So a little bonus that we will put at the end of this chat. And I would like to leave it to you so you can introduce our audience to what RISE is and what it can do potentially. So over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Martin. Thanks again for letting me have this bonus in your episode. So that's great. So I think the idea was you were asking me about, how AI can integrate in lighting design workflows. So we created some examples, me and Daniel, also for our talks, and I'm going to show some demo of, not the slides. So it will be a demo of how these workflow work in a real situation. So I'm going to show different platforms, as I also mentioned Make, I mentioned N8N, I mentioned Copilot. So I'm going to give you demos in different platforms. So it's all set up. I just want to show you how AI can be integrated in an automation to make a workflow. So this is a Luminaire Schedule Automation we did in make.com, which is where you see actually from the input side. So it takes actually a data sheet of a product in OneDrive folder, and then it extracts that folder and sends it to an OpenAI model where we have instructed it exactly what it needs to do. It needs to really, extract this kind of information. And then actually it will extract it. There is some JSON, passing, and then it sends it to an Excel in OneDrive. So, and this is the schedule it sends it to. So I'm going to show you a quick demo. So I'm going to upload a folder. So this is the Luminaire DS is actually connected to the trigger, the input in OneDrive. So once I upload anything here, so I'll add actually a file upload. I'll just upload maybe a few data sheets. So this is also we created this, a fictitious hotel project, me and Daniel. So I'll just take actually maybe I'll take a few data sheets. So you'll see I'll take 2 data sheets. I'll upload these. And once it's uploaded, there can be a trigger that the moment Lightning Designer uploads something, it would run actually this automation, and it would send actually, whatever we need in our Luminaire schedule based on your template, it would send the information here. So what I'm going to do is once I uploaded this, so I'm just going to run it once, but this could be also on auto mode, and you see the flow, and this is quite visual. You see that it's extracted the data sheet, and then it would send it now to OpenAI model, which will actually look at what it needs to extract, and it would send it here. So once it's done the extraction, it would send it here. So you see it came actually already as an Enigma product. And the fact that it has actually multiple color temperatures. So what we have instructed it, you get all the information, and then the lighting designer can change it. But there's a different way of doing it also, which I will show you in Copilot demo. So if I go back here, you see here in the workflow. So we'll see operation 1. So you see exactly what it has extracted. So if I go to output choices, so it actually shows me the operation that it has run. I'll go to the second operation. So this is what I want to show you. What is the result? So result is this product. It's from Enigma. This is the color temperature. This is the lumen output. So this is what it extracts based on our instruction. And then it sends to this Excel template, which is here. See, now it got also another product, Lombardo, which has actually, it is a specific data sheet, and it has just one option, and it didn't have beam angle. So we also actually instructed it to say NA if the information is not there. But I mean, certainly this is like an autopilot mode, which sometimes doesn't work actually very well because designer wants to be in the control. And that's why I'm going to show you another workflow. But this was really an example of how you can bring AI into a workflow and the trigger happens on the left side, and an output happens which sends it to your template. So then something that actually can be done more enterprise grade in Microsoft Copilot. So there is actually a platform called Copilot Studio, which looks like something like this. And then that actually also helps you automate. So it's actually much more sophisticated than Copilot 365. Copilot 365 lets you only create agents, and then it will create output. It will not send output anywhere. But with Copilot Studio, you can create the output and you can connect it to different systems and different apps like Excel or Word or even Outlook, or there's like thousands of apps you can connect it to. And I built these in Copilot Studio. And I'm just opening this Luminaire Schedule agent again for the same project, Nocturne Hotel. So where it has actually instructions as you would do in Claude and you would do in ChatGPT and Copilot 365, it has the instructions. It's uploading the instructions. So it has also a knowledge base. So we've given it a knowledge base of the manufacturer contacts for this project, which can be on SharePoint, or you can actually have it locally uploaded to this. So once you're on knowledge base, so you can actually add knowledge sources, and it can be from SharePoint, or you can just upload a document. And that's actually, Martin, to your question, also for an enterprise grade system. So you could build actually within Copilot, which is completely Microsoft environment. And then tools is very exciting, where you can add actually tools to it. So I added actually here, add a row to a schedule. So it actually, we do the connection with the template we want to send the information, and this is the template actually we'll send the information to. And this template can be studio specific. So you see that this also has the contact details. These are all fictitious contact details from the knowledge base. And then you can add actually child agents to this workflow. I added also an agent. Once the Luminaire schedule is done, it can send actually an email to the team with the link of the schedule, which is this on SharePoint. So I'll give you a quick demo of this agent. So here actually is I'll go to overview. So here you see the instructions. It's actually instructed. So we use Rice Queue framework to instruct the agent and extract exactly, as I was telling you, I give it some examples, then allow it to ask questions. So this is like quite sophisticated instructions. Now I will just upload a datasheet locally here. So let's say I upload, I think I would like to maybe just same datasheet, a simple one and a complex one, a simple one with just one single configuration, and a complex one which has multiple configurations. And you'll see how it will work in a Copilot way. Whatever it doesn't find in the datasheet, it will ask the user, it will ask the Lighten designer, and wherever it finds multiple options, it's going to ask also you, which one do you want to use it for your project. See, now it's saying I have extracted the information. So first thing is it's extracting the information for both products. It's saying the first product is type F. That's the file name of the product. And then it's saying me also for this data sheet, it has actually multiple values. It's saying that, look, it has like multiple beam angles, multiple color temperatures. So you just tell me which one you want, and then he will actually take that information. So that's for number 2 product, which is a downlight from Enigma Lighting. And for the first one, it's extracted the information correctly. We have multiple options. So what I can say now, so type D, it's saying type D first, extracted data for, so type D is perfect. Look, so it said that it's extracted all the information for type D. It is a specific data sheet for that product. So it said NA for some things that it didn't have. And then for the second one, it has multiple options. So what I'm going to do, it's saying it's type F, which was the name of the file. So I'm going to say for type F, I want you for this TOA 35 scoop. So I want, let's say 2200 Kelvin. I want beam angle of 15 degree. And it has IP20 and 65. It's indoor. I want IP20. And from the lumen output, so it has a range. So I'll say, pick the lumens based on my choice. So that's also dependent on the beam angle and color temperature. It's a complex data sheet. and then I'll say CRI 98. So then it's going to look at the data sheet again, and then it will look also at the contact information because it hasn't actually taken the contact information yet. So it will look at it from knowledge base. The beauty of this is that it's going to show you in the dashboard what it is doing. You'll see it on the left side. And this is more collaborative way of actually bringing AI in your work. So where you see now, it's actually searching for knowledge sources for this hotel, which could be your, contact base, where there is a contact base, which I said contact base database for Nocturne Hotel, and it's searching now that information to get extract the information about the contact person or contact rep, and now it is actually processing this information and it is adding it to the schedule, which should come here. Look, so it's actually taken the first one and the second one. It's like, yeah, sorry, yeah. So this is the one. So this row was already there. Third row and fourth row, that's what it added. So the first product was here. Here was Lombardo. Second one was Enigma. And here I said 2200 Kelvin. I said CRI 98. It calculated from the datasheet table. It needed to be 382 lumens with this configuration of 15-degree beam. So it didn't have weight. So I can add the weight if I know that the datasheet doesn't have weight. And then it took also information from this contact base, which is Carlo and James. Carlo for Lombardo, James for Enigma, which is fictitious contact details. So you will see Enigma, James, Carlo, Lombardo. It takes that and it just builds the schedule based on your own instructions, based on your own knowledge base, which is actually more collaborative way. And this is what I actually preach more and more, and I actually use that. And once this schedule is done, I can say Luminaire schedule is complete. So it will trigger a child agent, which will send an email to the team with the link. So you'll see now it will show you on the dashboard. It's going to trigger a child agent. And now that's the confirmation agent. It's an email agent, which will send an email to the team with the link of this SharePoint folder. So then, everybody has the link. So let's go back. Yeah, look, so it's actually doing that now. So you can think about it as a master agent also, and that has a lot of child agents doing, sub task or smaller task part of a bigger workflow. So I think, this gets exciting when you start actually looking at building these workflows. Yeah, so it send an email and maybe I just go quickly. So here, yeah, so here you see the email that's just arrived. Yeah, now you see the email here that's just arrived. Yeah, it says the Luminaire Nocturne Hotel team, the Luminaire schedule has been successfully completed. You can download it here, and here you have.
Does it come with an image of the fitting?
That's a good point, Martin. And that's actually leads me to the third workflow, right? So I think that's the question often I get. And that's also a requirement sometimes that you need to have an image of a product, or you need to have you need to have the data sheet of the product. I mean, image of the product, or even the dimension drawing or the polar curve. So for that, we are building something we call like Rise OS system. So which is still like early days. I am not sharing it, but just for your question. So where you can upload, you can extract, you can review it, and that exports it exports it in a way where you can literally create spec sheets like this. It extracts a product image, it extracts a dimension image, it builds actually spec sheets and schedules. So this is what I was saying also, that we are also looking at a system where it can help you right from creating fee proposals to building these schedules and spec sheets, and even and that we do partly for testing in a platform called N8N, which is also an agentic system like Make.com, where we also can bring in AI in the workflow, and we let actually connect different triggers and different outputs with our workflow. Sometimes we code this, sometimes we use low code operation. So, but yeah, this is work in progress where we can actually create things like that with images and polar curves and dimensions and dimension drawings. I think with large language models like specifically ChatGPT, Claude, and they are not actually able to extract images from data sheets. Specifically, how we use also is they can't even actually extract data from PDF. We convert it to JPEG, and then they can extract data, but they can't extract images. But also the issue with data sheets is that images are embedded in so many different ways. Sometimes you get also text with images. Then we need to have a crop function also, so that you can crop it, right? So there is actually like a lot of uh, tricks in that, and it's not so simple to get images extracted from data sheets and web links.
What is the spec sheet that you need to put in? That's something that you generate yourself, or is that a catalog sheet? What is the input? Is that something that you need to create first before you can put it in, or is it directly selected from a manufacturer?
So it can be a web link of a manufacturer. It can be a data sheet that you have selected. Like I was showing that, we selected, Dan actually selected a lot of products for creating the concept design. And then we just upload those data sheets in a folder, and then it can trigger an automation, or we can upload that in Copilot. So, or there is a way that also, if we actually create a more low code solution, which I was showing you as a system, so there you can also create your own, your own spec for a product.
You have to sort of indicate the mother ring, so to speak, and then from there you need to select the beam and the angles and
Yes.
the intensities and whatever. So you need to have an idea, and then I would imagine that you also need to have some pre-selected manufacturers, because there's hundreds of manufacturers around. So which manufacturer are you going to work with? So you probably need to build your database in terms of manufacturing first. Yeah.
I think AI is as good as the data, right? So I think if data is not good, then AI cannot do precise work.
Must be like
Yeah, I
that.
think,
Garbage in is garbage out.
yeah, you're right. Yeah. So the last thing I want, do we still have time? I want to show you this node-based workflow before we end.
Please share. Yeah, please share.
Okay, so I think maybe just a few minutes. So this is what I was also saying. Let me share my screen again. So yeah, this is a node-based workflow. So we all are used to generating images with ChatGPT, with Nano Banana, with other large language models. But what happens? I'm not going to demo that, but we all are aware that when we instruct actually ChatGPT or Nano Banana to create an image. So we have like an interior image of a project, a hotel lobby, for instance, and then we add the lighting layers to it. So it would actually change something from the base image, right? So that's where actually interior designers are using these node-based workflows, where actually lighting concept, you have a daylight image, or it could be even a sketch, and you give it like you give it a prompt, which is your text input, and then it will create actually a render, which is exactly like retaining everything that's in the base image. But you could also build it as different layers. I have some examples where we also actually created for one of the hotel facades, and maybe I can show you that quickly, that I did with Dan, where actually we created different layers on the facade. So illuminating the facade surface, then illuminating the canopy with the product reference, then illuminating. So then it doesn't actually change anything in the previous image. So then we prompted it also to create mood boards for this project. So then it creates mood boards of different areas with captions, and then we can also actually instruct it to create a time lapse video of before and after, and that's something which would actually be something like this. So it's just like different prompts that we can create a one unified workflow from images to videos, and then in the end we have created prompts also to create a walkthrough video of this project. So here actually you have more control as a designer once you are actually regenerating images. And here I use actually a platform called Wireflow.ai. They're from Australia, but it's like the UI is so cool. It is like very, very easy to use. You can add nodes easily. You can add Nano Banana. You can add GPT image, and then you can add like prompt nodes. So it's very simple to build it. So here you also have, in the quick setup, you have a text input, so that becomes like your input prompt. You can import, upload images. So if I do this, so I can just upload an image, and that becomes the base image. So let's say if I do this, Riverside Hotel, and you'll see that there is this node where it will appear, and then I can connect it to a prompt, and then I can add it. So this becomes messy. So, but I mean, if people are interested, I could actually do a session on this where people can learn how to use these tools. And we covered this also in our program now, but I want to show you how we build layers of light. Maybe I'll show you that quickly. So this is what Dan actually Daniel Green, he built the concept for this, and this is something we presented also at ILD in Paris. So where you have like a hotel. I mean, Dan is the designer, Daniel Green, so he designed it, and I actually worked with him of how we can actually create a one unified workflow from a daytime image to actually the first layer, where you see that it has some accent lighting on the brick facade. Here you see that there's nothing in the canopy, and then we take this layer and we prompt it to add the festoon lighting on the canopy, then it adds festoon lighting. It doesn't change anything else. Then we ask it to add some lighting for the planters, and then we actually create the videos and mood boards based on creates like a walkthrough video. So here, yeah, this is really to show how you can create like a unified workflow with some control in regeneration of images with AI compared to what you can do with ChatGPT and Claude.
I understood this was Wireflow. That's the background tool you
Wireflow.ai.
use.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. They are in your country, Martin.
Yeah. But from there you can play with banana, whatever tool otherwise.
Yes,
like
yeah.
it
So you
is,
can we use CDANs for creating videos, which is pretty good. It's incredible tool to create videos, and we also use some. They also have a tool. They also have a node called Run Any LLM, where we can actually enhance our prompt with any of the LLMs in that node to use either Claude or GPT or so yeah, it's quite interesting.
Kuldeep, because it gives so much better visual understanding of what we have been talking about, because that it really shows where we are with AI in terms of outputs and inputs, and how do we get where we want to go. So that was really helpful to see that, and we'll add that as a bonus to our interview for people to get a better understanding. And then if they want to know more, then they can reach out to you.
So thanks, Martin. Really pleasure, and it's highly appreciated that you are taking such initiatives, and with the broader vision you have about unifying some people to help the industry. So I'm in for it. Let's see how we can collaborate and help our friends and colleagues.
It was lovely to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martin. Hopefully, see you in person soon. Somewhere in the world.
We will bump into each other somewhere.
Okay,
Thank you
cheers.
so much.